So I'm stopping at a job site here. I'm dropping the girls off. Yes, temporarily I am carrying them in my truck. I've got tarp set down and everything, and then a blanket over the top. So if they do pee or something, it doesn't just like go on the tarp. It soaks up in the blanket instead of going on the tarp and then like rolling off. But I figured that I'd make a little video showing you kind of my setup and what I'm doing for Goatscaping. And this is my first year doing it. I do have a trailer. As soon as the trailer's fixed, it needs a new axle. As soon as I've got the axle fixed, then I'll be bringing them with my trailer. But this is kind of like a, you do what you got to do to get started. You do what you got to do to get set up. So let me take you into the job right now. So this is my fence that I've got set up. It's not turned on. I'm gonna let the girls in, and I'll start with Gretchen and her mama. All right. So I don't put, or sorry, Ellie and her mama. I don't put Ellie on a leash, but I'm gonna put Gretchen on a leash because then Ellie will follow her mama. Oh. Oh, come on. So there's my first two goats. Next one's out, and you can see I've got the tarp, and then I got the blanket, and then I'll clean this out. So here's Icy. Come on, baby. We got Nellie. This is in here because I actually put it on as a leash really quick. But come on. Come on, mama. Got one more goat to go. It's still in there, but I just want to show you. They're already getting started. And then you can see they're all working. This, I'm kind of overlapping an area that I did before. So this is an area that they already cleared out. Got to put more water in their bucket. But they're gonna, all of that is gonna look like this when they're done.
So close to the road and easy to get to.
Gotcha. I don't know if they're working as a team or if they're like, I have to get all of this before somebody else does it. So they ran over here. This must be good. Let me into this. And how exciting is this? As soon as I came home from dropping the girls off, my new WeatherTech is in. The floor underneath it is clean, but I always worry because they move the tarp. So now we have a WeatherTech in the back until the trailer's fixed. So that was exciting to come home and see that. I just want to take a couple minutes here before I end. Like, you saw my setup, you saw everything. Take a couple minutes to go over some important things. So first of all, electric netting fencing. I am using NoFence and Permanet, a combination of the two from Premier One. I can put everything below that I am using. I have two different setups now. So this business has grown exponentially since I started it a couple of months ago. I started with goat milk soaps and lotions and goat milk fudge. I think like everybody that starts does. And then I added baby goat parties last year. And then this year I added Goatscaping. And I've kind of been playing around with my pricing a little bit and giving discounts to people who are basically testers, because I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing all the time. Because I'm learning, you know, like you start something and you're learning. I did look into Goats on the Go, and my business, like, I have enough business. I don't need to be listed on their website, so I'm doing it independently, not through them. But if you do it through them, I guess they give you some training and some support, but It costs a couple $1,000s a year, I believe. You sign a no compete clause. So if you stop being an affiliate of Goats on the Go, then you're not allowed to do this like legally. Sorry, I'm barn nails. But you're not allowed to do this legally for however long afterwards. And their training is in person in like Iowa, I think. It's mandatory and you have to go your first year, and it's during kidding season. So I decided I'm going to pass on Goats from the Go, and I'm learning a lot of this on my own through YouTube videos like you're probably doing right now. Um, but yeah, so electric fence, make sure you have the signs up that say it's electric. That's part of the law. Make sure that your energizer is grounded correctly, test your fence, and then only send out goats that you trust on the electric fence. So I have um, I have a lot more goats than I'm at 16 right now, and I'm only sending out 6. So um, 3 of them are Nigerian dwarf kids. I'm looking at them right now. So 3 of them are Nigerian dwarf kids. Um, he was over here. I have a mini Nubian buckling, and I'm not sending him out because I don't want any accidental breedings, even though he's young. Um, I've got one that's getting ready to have a baby here. I'm not sure when. I bought her. She's pregnant. She's been exposed since February, so any day. Um, I've got a wether that is going to be he's going to be really good, but I'm just got him yesterday, so I'm letting him get used to everything, going through the quarantine process, letting him get used to the other goats before I send him out and before I put him in my truck, because right now I don't want goat fights in my truck. And then I've got 2 other wethers that were honestly a mistake. Like, they said they were good with fencing, but they're not good with any kind of fencing. They crawl through cattle panel. Um, they jump over other fencing. They have tried to use me to jump over fencing. So they will come up and try to ricochet off of me to jump over fencing. And I put them on electric netting, and they were really, really, really good. I stayed out here for a couple of hours just working in the garden and taking care of things. They were really good until I walked into the garage to get a tarp, and I see out the window, you could see this field over here. From the garage, I saw my sheep running. And I'm like, okay, why are they running? So I ran out here really quick and saw that they were stuck in the electric fence. So literally the second I turned my back, they decided they were going to try to, jump through. And those 2 goats, they're gonna end up being NoFence collar goats, because I have some goats that will just stay here. They will not go on job sites because they do not respect fencing. So these are gonna end up being just homebody goats. Maybe they'll do goat parties. They are really cuddly, but right now what they do is they will escape the fence. And when they escape the fence, it's not just like I'm going to escape the fence and I'm going to eat stuff over here, right? No, these goats, like the little like binky, right? They take off in a straight beeline to the road while they're like, I'm going to go play in traffic. So they're trouble. They're trouble. Um, they were originally therapy goats. But and then I've got my 2 goats that don't respect fencing that will never go out. But they're why, like, the cuddlier they are, in my experience, the sweeter and cuddlier they are, the biggest pain they are. And I think maybe they know their pain, so they're going to be more cuddly. Eventually, what I'm going to do, you see this pool back here? This pool back here used to be a duck pool. That's what this thing is over there. Wait, where am I showing you in the camera? This wooden thing here was like a hangout spot for the ducks, like a perch to hang out on, their deck, a duck deck. But we're going to take apart that pool. We're going to use the frame of the pool to build a tractor, and I will be able to use it as a chicken tractor or a baby goat tractor. Because I don't like to just keep my baby goats locked in a barn. Um, I like to have them out on pasture when they can, getting used to eating the grass. Um, so that way I'll be able to move it around. And actually, you can see over here, which way am I at here? Okay, you can see over here, the camera's messing me up here, but like these little patches of grass here, I actually take the goats out, the baby goats out here, and I move them around, so that they can just eat my grass, hang out in the grass. But um, it's a smaller fence, and now that I have a lot of goats, um, I'm expecting a lot of babies, so um, I'm gonna need something a little bit bigger, and I do not want to keep them locked in the barn. I like to have them out on the grass and eating natural stuff and not costing me a ton of money in hay. Not that baby goats do, anyways, but so yeah, that's oh, a couple of questions that I get asked a lot. Do I leave them overnight? So at the moment, my trailer does not have an axle, so I do not use my trailer. Because I don't use my trailer, um, I don't leave them out overnight because I don't have anywhere to lock them up. So every morning I drop them off. Every morning I bring them back home. Plus, Gretchen is actually milking, so I milk her in the morning and then milk her at night. But I bring them home and do that. What other questions? I haven't had any predator problems. I haven't had any problems goatscaping, honestly. Um, Everybody signs a contract. They know not to touch the fence. I think the very first time I let someone do it, we agreed that he could move the fence. He seemed capable. He actually broke one of the stakes in the fence and then did not set the fence up correctly when he moved it, and one of the goats stepped into the top fence, like it was sagging, and she stepped into it, got caught in the electric fence. The neighbors luckily were around and they cut her out, so she's okay, but my fence was cut up, so I went and I picked them up, and I um, I I will not let anyone touch or move my fence at this point because um, they could hurt the goats, they could hurt themselves, they could break the fence. Which all of the above happened except for them hurting themselves. That was my very first job. I learned the hard way. Um, but yeah, I think that is all. What do they eat? Not everything. They will eat knotweed, which is invasive. It's the second most invasive plant in the world. It grows like 10 feet tall. The roots are 10 feet deep. I've got a blog post on it. I'll link it below if you want to see it. They will eat poison ivy. They will eat like overgrown shrubs. One of the big jobs that I'm working is like um, probably like a half acre of just 6 foot tall weeds. And then this one, the one that you saw, is a wooded area. I think I marked it out on my NoFence. It's like, I think it's 2 acres of wooded area. Um, I don't use NoFence colors at the jobs. I was originally hoping that I could, but I tested it off site and it didn't go like I wanted it to. The goats got scared. So I think that with NoFence, every single new area has to have a training um, area. Like you have to train them to it first. So maybe after I have my trailer, I'll experiment. But maybe after I have my trailer, I will. Um, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't think I'm gonna trust the no fence for goat grazing. Their customer service said that for offsite goat grazing, I mean, their customer service said that Goats on the Go uses it, um, but or that they had some, like, I think they said they had some sort of partnership with them or something, but um, I just don't trust it. I want actual fences there so that I know. And then I have the trail cam up. I'll do a review on that trail cam that I'm using. There's a mosquito on my computer. Go away. But I have the trail cam up, and you can see some of the videos of them working. I'll do a review and like breakdown of that trail cam too, because it's pretty nice to have it, especially having live feed. And you'll see me go live a couple more times doing different jobs, I'm sure. But that's goatscaping for you. Alrighty. If you have any more questions, if you want to know more about goatscaping, goat parties, raising goats, homesteading in general, leave a comment, and then you might want to check out this video here. And yeah, I'll see you over there.